Hey everyone, welcome back to Monster Life Adventures. Today we are at Epcot to dive deeper into the Flower and Garden Festival and try all the food and sights we missed last time.
We spent the day trying different dishes from booths around the world showcase, exploring the beautiful gardens, and checking out even more of the incredible topiaries scattered throughout the park. Monsters, assemble. Time for another adventure.
Our first stop of the day is going to be at Jardín de Fiestas in the Mexico Pavilion. We're going to try the taco de camarón, which is crispy tempura, battered shrimp in a flour tortilla with dried hibiscus flowers in a chipotle aioli. It looks really good. I know you don't like aioli, but it looks fantastic, and the shrimp look nice and crispy. So it's really good, and you can see these are the crispy hibiscus flowers, and they actually bring like some sort of like tang to it that I really wasn't expecting. And then the shrimp, of course, is really nice. I got a little bit of shrimp right there, so I'm gonna just try it separately because I love shrimp. This is good, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to try something different, something new, then you want to go ahead and try it. It does have a distinct aioli taste with the chipotle, so I know that anybody who doesn't like mayonnaise is not gonna like it, but you could always get that on the side. But yeah, it's very good. It's a good way to start off our little food crawl. Since we are in the Mexico Pavilion, we're gonna go ahead and stop at the Grand Fiesta Tour because it was closed for refurbishment earlier this year, and we have yet to be on it since it's opened back up. And it is one of my favorite dark rides because it's always so cool in here. I really like going into the Mexico Pavilion. One of the biggest reasons is because it's always so cool. So like when it's in the upper 80s, gonna be in the 90s today. So like it's one of those days you just want to break from the heat. It is always just a blast of cold air on you, and I love it. But I also like Grand Fiesta. I think that is just a cute dark ride. The only thing about it is this time there was a lot more jarring. That wasn't normal.
It might have been because we had a full boat. And we were in the back too. Yeah,
it jarred me more than I was expecting. I also like going in there and looking at all the different things. They have a beautiful Coco from the movie display in the lobby of the area. But yeah, it's one of my favorite pavilions to go into.
They have a lot of handcrafted items there that I really like. There's artists there that are actually physically painting the things that they've made. There's also Pavilion, like Mexico Pavilion exclusive items there that you can only get here in the Grand Fiesta Tour area in the, what do you call it? The big old Aztec temple, I guess. There's some t-shirts, there's a couple of pairs of exclusive ears. There's one that looks like a sweet that I cannot remember for the life of me the name of it. But I think we've had that at a place around here in Orlando that was really good and fresh. Anyway.
Concha buns?
Yeah, that's them, the concha buns. They have a concha bun set of ears that looks so cool.
Really?
Yes, it's in there. You should go see it if you want to.
So Mexico has two gardens. One is the desert garden, which has got a bunch of succulents. And then they also have the orchid garden, which has beautiful orchids just climbing up the trees. These are beautiful. So out of the two different types of plants, orchids or succulents, which one would you rather us have?
Oh, orchids, but they're harder to keep alive.
I'd kill them in a heartbeat. I have the blackest thumb in the world. Now, the only thing I haven't been able to kill yet is a succulent.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a challenge. Accept the succulent. Our next stop is at the China Pavilion. We've went to the Lan Yuan booth. We've got 2 items. One is the satay beef bao bun. It's filled with pan-fried beef, red onion, and jalapeno in Chinese satay peanut sauce. Not normally one for jalapeno, but this looks like it might be good. Right away, I got a taste of the beef and the peanut sauce. I got the onions. I haven't hit jalapeno yet. It's got a great savory flavor. I'm really enjoying it. I've only had 1 bite and I'm ready to go back in for it.
We also picked up the house-made cheesy crab wontons, which in my mind is like a crab rangoon. It is fried wontons filled with cream cheese, celery, and imitation crab, drizzled with plum chili sauce. So I'll be the first to admit that I'm not a huge fan of Chinese food. I actually prefer Japanese food over Chinese food, but Chinese food is one of Bob's favorite foods, so anytime he gets Chinese food, I have to get an order of crab rangoons because it's one of my favorite. And if we're being honest, it's actually just cream cheese rangoon, but I still really enjoy it because, like, who doesn't like cheese? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. It looks really good, and I love the sauce that the crab rangoons come in. So this is actually really good. The plum sauce gives it has a little bit of a spice to it, which I really do like. The wontons are nice and crispy. You really can't taste a lot of the imitation crab, but that's okay. It's still very cheesy and very delicious and very good. So also, while we were in the China Pavilion, we stopped by the 2 gardens that China has. One's here all around, which is the bamboo, but then they also have the Penjing garden, which is actually kind of like bonsai trees, but they're not bonsai trees. So Japan does the actual bonsai trees. That's their word for it. But China does like a bonsai-like tree, but their goal is to kind of make kind of like a landscape. So it's trying to emulate the landscape around it.
I love it. It's beautiful. I was looking at it and was like, I can never see a human-sized, if you will, large tree like that in the angle that we can get because I'm not a bird. But I really love looking at those. I love the landscapes. I think I like these better than the bonsais, even though bonsais are really pretty too.
And they take years to grow and form.
I think those do too.
Yeah.
They're so detailed. You can just see all these little nuances of whatever it is that the horticulturalist people did with the Penjing trees. I'm doing that because Jen was trying to say it.
I can't say the word. But we were talking to one of them. And we were talking about the bamboo that's behind us. There's so many carvings on this bamboo, and it's so sad because if there were not carvings on the bamboo, it'd be like a bright green color. And he was telling me that sometimes they have to just cut the whole bamboo down because people will carve not so nice words in it, which is really sad.
Boo hits.
But we're here to tell you, stop carving in the bamboo.
Save the bamboo!
Save the bamboo!
Yeah! Arr.
While in the China Pavilion, we ran into the panda bear topiaries. They're so adorable. I love how like this one over here is rolling in the flowers, and then they got bamboo in their paws. Epcot actually for the Flower and Garden Festival has like over 70 topiaries, and this is like the 4th one we've seen today. So we've seen Dante and Miguel from Coco. Those were really cute, and we had Anna and Elsa from Frozen in Norway, and Norway didn't really have much going on, but they did have that topiary, and they also had my favorite topiary so far, which is the troll. I think he's just absolutely adorable.
Y'all, this is what we would call a good-to-go day here at Epcot. We were trying to make a park reservation because you're supposed to do that for annual pass holders before 2 p.m. But because it's a good-to-go day, we didn't have to do that. The crowd levels are so low.
Our next stop is at the Refreshment Outpost, where we picked up a couple different things that look amazing and yummy. The first thing is going to be the seasonal fruit parfait with sweet chili sauce and Dole Whip mango. It looks absolutely delicious. I'm excited to try it. It's already starting to melt. So, and I find that Dole Whip doesn't melt as fast as regular ice cream. So actually, this is mango Dole Whip. That's okay. Now I'm getting the heat on the back end there. So that's actually really interesting, and I've never had Dole Whip like that before. I want to try to get a bite with all the mango bits in there and to see what that tastes like. Okay, and now I can tell that's going to be a brain freeze right there. I love those chunks of mango in there. It gives it a bit of texture. For me, the heat doesn't really do anything but add something to the back end, and I'm not really a fan of that. I'd rather have a little bit of heat while I'm eating the ice cream, if that makes any sense. So for me, I think this is probably going to be a take it or leave it type of thing. If you like to have the different layers of, and it's not saying I don't like to have the different layers of taste. It's just for me, it doesn't work as well.
Also from the Refreshment Port, we got the Jamaican beef patty featuring impossible beef with spicy papaya syrup. I thought it was sweet chili sauce. Maybe it's both, but I'm gonna try it. Oh, I love a good spice, and it's not abrasive. It's not, but it's there and it's lingering, and I like that. The beef is savory. I want more. I'm trying to talk.
Does it taste like fake beef? Fake beef.
Fig beef, figment beef, imaginative beef. I don't know. Hold on. It tastes like beef. That's impossible. It's very tasty.
So I feel like that the Refreshment Outpost is supposed to be like in the Africa area. But I feel like it's so underrated and it really needs to be given a name. There's not even a name on the map for this place.
We were thinking about different country names. Like, I don't know, Zimbabwe was the first place we thought of. But
South
then
Africa.
I looked it up, and apparently Lion King is supposed to be like Kenya or Tanzania, something like that. So why not those places? And yeah, South Africa.
I feel like it needs to have a little bit of love and have an actual name on the map at the very least. But
there seems, we don't know what's behind these trees, but if there's land back there, man, make an Africa pavilion. Well, I guess it would be like Kenya or something.
Yeah, because most of them are all like, they're countries, not continents.
Right. But still, like, they represent Africa, but bro, there's a missed opportunity. Lion King, you can theme the heck out of this place.
Well, they have Africa and Animal Kingdom.
I know, but also Epcot.
We stopped over at the Germany Pavilion to try the Barn Market. It looks really delicious. The Germany food never fails to disappoint, and it's a lot of carbs and cheese, which is right up my alley. So the first thing we are trying is the toasted pretzel bread topped with Black Forest ham and melted cheese. And look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? It looks so good. I think this is Swiss cheese. I could be wrong. Yeah, so let's see if I can get a... Oh yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of like cut into fours already.
Yeah, try a cheese pull.
I'm trying a cheese pull. I'm not sure if it's going to work though, because it's kind of, looks like it's already been sitting up there for a minute. Now, not much of a cheese pull, but that looks good. There's no ham on this bite, but let me try to get one with a ham. I got a ham pull and a cheese pull. There you go.
There we go.
Okay, so let me there we go. Okay, let me go ahead and try this. This is so good. This is like the ultimate comfort food. Carbs and cheese and saltiness from the ham. Oh, it's so good. Like, I don't know if you can really tell. There's not a lot of ham in there. They have it's almost like they put a piece of ham in there and you stuff it in there. But it's always so simple but so good. And I've always liked, every time when we come to a festival and we have Germany food, it's always so good, but it's so heavy. So be careful, especially when it's hot outside.
Also at the farmer's market, we have the potato cakes with house-made applesauce, and it is also on the garden graze. So you get a stamp for it. We got a hint of onion there too, the applesauce. I thought the applesauce was fresher than the applesauce. Tastes like it came out of a can or like a little cup like you get. The potato.
It's house-made though.
It says house-made, but it don't taste house-made, yo. Sorry. It tastes like it come out of a can or one of those little containers like you put in your lunch bag, but the potato cake is tasty. Hi-ho!
I really do enjoy Germany's Flower and Garden Festival with their decorations they do. Not only do they have the 7 dwarfs, which showpiece with Snow White, which I'll show in a second, but if you can see, there's actually gems on the ground with the dwarves. I think that is an incredible detail to these beautiful topiaries. Sneezy even has a caterpillar on his nose. That is absolutely adorable. And here is Snow White and Dopey. I love this topiary. It's probably one of my favorites. Not my absolute favorite, but one of my favorites. And here is the gnome garden in Germany. That is so cute. I have never seen anything like this before. That is adorable. I think gnomes are absolutely adorable. When you stop by the Germany Pavilion, you have to stop and look at the the train town or the little train area. I absolutely love this. And then if you look really closely, you can see the Flower and Garden Festival signs in the actual town square. That's so cool. So Italy has the Primavera kitchen, and I was gonna stop here and get a cannoli, but if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I feel like that Italy's festival kitchens usually miss a lot of the times. And I think it's so sad because like they have the Via Napoli, which we absolutely loved when we were here. And then they have gorgeous decorations. Like they had the Lady and the Tramp Topiaries, and I love Ladies' Ears. They get fuller as the festival goes on, and I just absolutely love that. And they had the tie-in kitchen, which is really cute, and you had Spike the Bee hiding there. But the booth itself, it just nothing on there aside from the cannoli really spoke to me. And even if I wanted to try the cannoli, it still felt more basic than anything, and I just didn't really want to spend the extra money on trying to do something that I could personally make myself anyway. So
That's true.
I just feel like it was just basic. They're all basic food, and it may not even be the best food out there.
So something that might have been considered basic back in Flower Garden 2024 were the Italian nachos, and I very much enjoyed those. They were, I would say, polarizing amongst the community, but man, they were so tasty, and I would totally get them again.
I think the reason why people didn't like them is because they were so greasy.
Were they greasy?
They were really greasy.
I thought it was because people were like, oh, this is just like warmed up canned ragu, whatever sauce, which maybe, but I mean, I grew up with that, so it was like a taste of home with a homemade nacho thing that they
Pasta
made.
chips.
A pasta chip. Oh, it was very good. I enjoyed it. I'd get it again.
So throughout the Disney parks, you can get free complimentary water. One of my favorite places to get it is a water station here at the Spice Road table. You don't have to go to a specific water station, but in this case, it would be cold water for you. The water fountains would be more room temperature, slightly cold, but you can also use the water fountains. You can also go to any of the quick service locations, or probably anywhere that is a restaurant that serves water, which would be everywhere that's a restaurant. And you can just refill your water bottle that way instead of having to pay $4 or $5 for a Dasani, unless you just want to. But this is my favorite spot to come refill my water bottle at Epcot. In Canada, at the Northern Bloom booth, we got the beef tenderloin tips with mushroom bordelaise sauce, whipped potatoes, and garden vegetables. The only thing I need is like a good piece of bread or something. And sop that up. It's so good. Very, I would say savory, certainly. Excellent umami flavor of the beef. The potatoes are good, and I'm not a big potato person, like mashed potato person. They're buttery. Oh yeah, Jen's gonna like these. Let's try the carrot.
Is the meat as tough as it felt?
It is not as tough as it was to cut into it. I just had to get it off of itself. But once I got it, it wasn't bad. Let's try another bite of it. There's mushrooms and scallions in here too. Oh yeah, easily chewable, not even chewy. Anyway.
Also from Northern Bloom, we got the chocolate maple whiskey cake, and I'm looking forward to trying this. This was a treat that we were not planning on, that Bob went ahead and got. Get a look at the inside of that.
Oh yes, I am. Oh please and yes, thank you.
The cake has got an interesting texture to it. I'm very surprised about the texture of it. It doesn't feel cakey. It almost feels like a pudding almost, which
like
it's good, but like a mousse, like almost like a mousse, but it's not like cold like a mousse. So
that's funny because Canada is famous for mousse,
But yeah, I like the exterior more than I like the inside because it's more cakey and I like that. I don't get a lot of whiskey flavor, and I was expecting more of like a spicier whiskey type of flavor to it, but it's a very gentle chocolate flavor, I feel like. In part 1 of our Flower and Garden series, I was going to try these Provence poutine, the Provence poutine from the Refreshment Port, and I skipped by it because I was actually getting a little full. But today I'm excited to go ahead and try it. And what it is herbes de Provence, seasoned French fries, goat brie, lavender honey, hazelnut croquant, and fresh lavender. This is something outside of my comfort zone, and I don't know if I would try it on a regular basis, but I've heard some really good things about it, so I'm hoping it's gonna surprise me. There's a lot going on in here. It's good, but there's a lot going on in here. So it's hard to kind of identify some of the flavors, but I do like the fact that the fries are nice and crispy, and you do get the seasoning. I like it, but the cheese was really hard for me to get from that bite. Let me try again. It's really creamy. I think probably because the cheese is kind of melted a little bit, so it has like a different texture to it, but it's still really good. I enjoy these. These are actually pleasantly surprising, and probably not my best of the fest. Like I wouldn't like go out of my way to get these again like I would like the French croissant that we had in the last video, or the wontons from China. But these are actually fairly good. So our last stop of the day is at Farmer's Feast in the Communicore Hall. We're getting the warm corn cookie with sweet corn soft serve, bruleed corn, lime zest, and white chocolate, and it's part of their springtime menu. I have been looking forward to this all day long. It smells delicious. The size of this cookie is massive. That is so weird. It almost like it has like a buttery taste to it. I like that. I do taste the corn. I'm gonna try to break this apart. It's really kind of hard on the edges, which is a sign of a good cookie. That's like a sugar cookie. I don't taste a lot of corn, but it's still a really good sugar cookie. I want to try a little bit of it together. The corn gets slightly hard because it's in the frozen ice cream. It was almost like chewing kernels of popcorn. But this is really good. I would totally get this again. So what'd you think about today?
We had a good old time today here at the Epcot, eating a bunch of food and hanging out and whatnot.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of bad food. There was some mid food that was okay. It was like but there was some really good food. I really liked that corn ice cream.
Well, that was the last thing you had, but what else? Was there another item that you really enjoyed?
I liked the wontons. The wontons were really good.
The Jamaican beef patty was my jam. It was so good. And it was the spiciest thing I've ever had at Disney World.
So if you're spice averse, you may not want to get that.
But if you can tolerate, like, it's a sweet chili sauce, that's what it is. And it's very tasty.
So if you enjoyed this part 2 of our Flower and Garden adventure, make sure you catch our first part, which we'll link at the end of the video. And just as a reminder, don't forget to be kind to yourself and to others.
And we'll catch you guys on the next adventure.
Bye.